Texting versus talking in marriage. In the age of constant digital connectivity, texting has become an integral part of how we communicate, especially in marriages. But while texting can be a quick and convenient way to stay in touch, it doesn't always serve our relationships in the best way. The written word, especially in the form of a text message, lacks tone and nuance. And sometimes what we mean to convey doesn't come across the way we intend. So, when should you text your partner? And when is it better to pick up the phone or have an in-person conversation? Let's dive into the pros and cons of texting versus talking in marriage and explore how to navigate these two forms of communication to strengthen your relationship. Number 1. Texting for quick updates versus talking for deeper conversations. Texting is great for quick updates, reminders, or logistical communication. If you need to let your partner know what time you'll be home or if you're running late for dinner, a text is perfect. It's efficient and gets the message across without requiring a long conversation. However, when it comes to more emotional or important conversations, like discussing a disagreement, expressing feelings, or making big decisions, texting can easily lead to misunderstandings. Tone can be easily misconstrued, and sometimes a short text lacks the emotional depth that a spoken conversation can carry. Use texting for day-to-day updates and coordination. Use texting for resolving conflict or talking through deeper issues. Instead, try having these conversations face-to-face or over the phone. Number 2. The risks of miscommunication. One of the biggest drawbacks of texting in marriage is the potential for miscommunication. Without the nonverbal cues, tone of voice, and facial expressions, it's much easier for your words to be misinterpreted. A text that might seem innocent could come across as passive-aggressive, distant, or harsh, even if that wasn't your intention. And sometimes, when we text under stress or in a rush, our messages can be blunt or too brief, leaving the other person feeling confused or hurt. If you're trying to communicate something important, make sure to clarify your tone with emojis or carefully chosen words. Assume your partner will understand your tone just based on your words alone. Avoid sending emotional messages when you're upset, as these are more likely to be misinterpreted. Number 3. Texting to stay connected versus talking to build intimacy. In a busy world, texting allows you to stay connected with your spouse throughout the day, even if you're not physically together. A quick "I love you" or "I miss you" can go a long way in keeping your bond strong. However, while texting can help maintain connection, it's no substitute for building emotional intimacy. Deep emotional connection and trust are built through face-to-face conversations where both partners can express themselves openly, read body language, and feel fully heard. Without these in-person interactions, your relationship can begin to feel more transactional or disconnected. Use texting as a way to stay connected during the day with the little gestures of affection. Use texting as your primary means of emotional connection. Take time to nurture intimacy through in-person conversations and quality time together. Number 4. Texting as a shield versus talking for resolution. Texting can sometimes be used as a shield, something to hide behind when you're not comfortable facing difficult emotions or confronting an issue. It's easier to send a text than to have a real conversation, especially when you're afraid of your partner's reaction or the potential for conflict. However, avoiding face-to-face or phone conversations can lead to unresolved issues piling up, creating a sense of distance and resentment. A simple disagreement can turn into a bigger problem if it's not addressed properly. If you're avoiding a tough conversation, challenge yourself to face it head-on. Whether it's in person or over the phone, use texting as a way to avoid uncomfortable situations. Always try to address issues directly when they arise. Number 5. Texting for daily check-ins versus talking for emotional support. Texting can be a great tool for daily check-ins, whether it's telling your spouse you're thinking about them or asking how their day went. These small interactions show that you care and keep the lines of communication open. But when it comes to offering emotional support, especially in tough times like a loss or a stressful period, texting can fall short. Texts cannot replace the comfort of hearing your partner's voice or the emotional reassurance that comes from a hug or face to face conversation. Use texting for simple, loving check ins throughout the day. Rely solely on texting when your partner is going through something difficult. Instead, pick up the phone, or better yet, be there in person to offer support. Number 6. Texting for convenience versus talking for clarity. Texting is a quick and efficient form of communication, and it's often useful when you need a fast response or when you're both in different places. However, when a conversation starts to get complicated or emotionally charged, it's better to talk it out. When you can hear your partner's voice or see their facial expressions, it becomes easier to gauge how they're feeling and respond with empathy. This creates a cleaner, more meaningful dialogue. Text for the small logistical things like confirming plans or sending a quick reminder. Use texting when a conversation requires a lot of back and forth or emotional nuance. Opt for a call or an in-person discussion instead. Number 7. Texting for simple requests versus talking for collaboration. If you need to ask your partner to pick up groceries, take care of an errand, or confirm plans, texting is an easy, efficient way to get it done. But in situations that require collaboration or problem solving, texting can hinder your ability to brainstorm and make decisions together. For example, when you're making a big family decision, like whether to move or buy a house, texting can't replicate the back and forth dialogue or the shared decision-making process that's necessary to reach a conclusion. Use texting for simple logistical requests that don't require much discussion. Use texting for decisions that require both of you to actively collaborate and discuss. These situations are best handled with a face-to-face or phone conversation. Number 8. Texting for sharing news versus talking for understanding. Good news or bad news. Texting can be a quick way to let your partner know about an important development, like a promotion at work or a problem with a family member. However, when it comes to processing news together or having a deeper conversation about it, talking is the best option. When you share big news, being able to discuss the emotions behind the event and express how it impacts both of you can lead to better understanding and more connection. Use texting to share simple news or updates that don't require much conversation. Use texting when the news or situation involves emotional complexity or requires both of you to process together. Having a conversation will help you both fully understand and support one another. Texting and talking each have their place in a marriage, but it's important to recognize when each method is most effective. While texting can help with quick updates and light-hearted conversation, it's no replacement for the deep emotional bonds that are formed through real conversations. To maintain a healthy and strong relationship, focus on using texting for convenience and light communication, and prioritize talking, whether in person or on the phone, for the more important, deeper aspects of your connection. Remember, marriage is built on communication, and the way you communicate, whether it's through a text or a heartfelt conversation, makes all the difference in creating a lasting, loving relationship.